As you prepare for a Magento certification, you're hopefully using a study guide. After all, the study guide is how these tests are built. It's not just random questions pulled out of thin air. These questions are built off of the study guide. And in this video, I want to discuss how to effectively use said study guide that you're working through. It's not like reading your favorite sci-fi thriller novel. The big point, though, of the study guide is that it points us to where we need to be studying. Point by point, word by word, paints this picture of the knowledge that we need in order to pass the test. I'm going to share with you 2 strategies that I think will be particularly helpful in you wanting to pass this test. Number 1, read line by line through this study guide. Of course it's boring. I understand that. I try to put a couple of funny anecdotes in it, but here's the deal. Take your time, slowly read this guide. As you go through it, I hope and I expect that you will notice some things that you maybe didn't know. You will also probably come across several points in there that you don't feel like studying. Just get this here. Just maybe this is the section on UI components, UI components, UI components. Yeah, it might be UI components. But dig in there and do that, because listen, if you don't get in there, those questions will be on the test. If you do get in there, those questions will be on the test. So get in there, read it line by line. Set yourself this commitment. It does not matter how hard a section looks. You're going to investigate it just the same. Now, here's number 2. If you are reading one of our study guides, have a particular attitude. And that attitude is don't take my word for it. In other words, prove it. And I know it sounds funny to say. After all, like I write this study guide, I should know everything, right? Wrong. I don't know everything. So here's kind of what I'm thinking how this works. What I'm going to talk about here is applicable for anything. So it doesn't matter whether it's a professional developer or associate or front-end developer, it doesn't matter. Let's take this point, 2.1. In the professional developer, it's understanding request flow processing. How do we get an idea for request flow processing? It's pretty simple, actually. Set a breakpoint in pub/index.php. So hopefully you have a working environment ready. If not, that's your first problem. You gotta get that environment going. Set a breakpoint in pub/index.php, then refresh your page. Step line by line through this request to see how it works. Once you have a good picture for how this request works, I'd say you're ready to graduate. If it was me, at least that's how I would look at it. I'm ready to graduate. Let's move on to 2.2. Well, what about in 2.2? It says, what does it take to create a custom URL structure? That's a good point. After all, most Magento URLs are made up of 3 parts. Again, an attitude of curiosity here. Prove it. I mean, again, normally if we meet somebody on the street with an attitude of prove it, or we would say they have a rotten attitude. But in this case, I want you to adopt that same attitude. How can I break it? Do it. Let's make the URL products work. So like, let's say my test domain is lc.associate.site or lc.test.site, doesn't matter, whatever it is. But we want to make /products work. Now, if we're thinking creatively about this, we might think, well, we just create a CMS page, but we're not looking to think creatively about this. We're looking to stretch our skills, to build our Magento muscles here a little bit. Work through the process in the study guide to create this router, and these can maybe a controller, whatever it takes in order to make it so that, let's say, the product page has a category-like list of all products that are available. Otherwise, the store admin's gonna have to go create a category and keep that category up to date with every single product that they sell. Hey, sales idea for a new module. All right, so that's 2.2. 2.4, again, in the professional developer study guide. Demonstrate the ability to use layout fallback for customizations. What does this mean? So how does this work? I happen to know that the layout fallbacks would be for what template file to choose, whether this template file is going to be loaded from the theme, or a parent theme, or the module itself. Or even in the module, is it going to be the base area, or the front end area, or the admin HTML area? What's it going to be? So these layout fallbacks, and we reference the file in the study guide. So set a breakpoint in that file, navigate to the home page of your Magento site. Of course, we want to make sure our caches are off, at least the block HTML and the full page cache are off. Then step into the resolve file method. Inspect the results of get pattern dirs, the get pattern directories method. Now, bingo, you should have a good idea as to what fallbacks are present. The best way to understand Magento is the core code itself. And I hope that through this study guide, it will direct you back to this core code over and over, and with that, you will become a professional that is worthy of this whatever certificate we're talking about. You will be worthy of achieving that. And I would be thrilled if my study guide has even a little bit to do with your success. You can do it, and I want to see you pass this test.
Hi, you're still here. Well, that is a good thing, because that means maybe you liked this video, found it helpful to you. If you did, would you mind clicking the like button? It just takes a split second, and that helps me know what videos you found helpful as you are working on this journey of sword certification. And while you're at it, just click this button over here, the subscribe button. That way you won't miss any information that I'm putting out, and you'll be able to top your game as you work to prepare for achieving your certification. So, goodbye for the second time.